Yeah, I uninstalled. Hey, random person, I uninstalled the audio driver, and I made Windows put one back. One thing about being a YouTuber, unless you got a lot of money, you got to learn everything yourself. A lot of people think you just press the live button and come on. It's a whole lot to being a YouTuber, you know? Yeah. Waiting for everybody to come back, and then we'll go back and look at the video Snazzy wanted us to look at. Hey, hey, Nia, welcome back. I don't know. We great find out there. Let me open up another window. Hey, and then we gotta go find Snazzy. Hold on, so y'all taking me way back in the hangout. God darn. Yeah. There it is. No, wait a minute. It's the wrong video. Maybe this one. Okay. And she said go back to 4 hours and 11 minutes. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Here we go. Paste and go. That's not the right one. Whoops. I got the wrong link, y'all. Sorry. Won't let me out of it. Let me out of it. Not gonna get flagged. You gonna sit there and let me get flagged. I mean, it ain't a big deal. Well, it is a big deal because I don't feel like going back and editing it. Yeah. Okay, I think this is it. Copy link address. Let's go back in. Well, we having some time getting started today. Somebody don't want us to see this. Somebody don't want it. Come on. Okay, so where are we at now? She said to go to the fourth. We'll start right there again. All right.
I got to get up.
Now.
Slipping, falling. I got to get up. Everybody, man. The music is just putting chills. If you was right here, if you was right here, the beat is just putting chills, you know? Slipping, falling. I got to get up. Slipping, falling. Got to get up.
Oh, it's doing that now. Oh, come on, man. We got more issues going on here. So I can't see the chat. That's all right. Where the Obama phone at? All right, there we go. Let me log in here. Somebody's so scared. She ain't sleep. She ain't sleep. She wants somebody to pet her. That's what she waiting on. If your cat respect you, she won't look you in the eye. That's something from the animal kingdom. If an animal looks you in the eye, you better get ready to fight. Okay? If an animal just standing there looking at you, you better get ready to fight because it's ready to fight. So she's looking away. If an animal looking directly at you, they want something from you. All right, y'all, how's the volume now? All right, Snazzy said it get real good about this time, so. It's still low? Well, I don't know what to do. I done everything. I put a new driver in. Only other thing I can do is bring the sound card back. Wait a minute, I can bring the external sound card back. Hold on a second. Y'all enjoy that. I'm gonna get to work. We ain't gonna have no time to discuss anything. I gotta keep going to work. All right. Where's the sound card? I don't understand. You only got like an hour or something like that. That was good. This don't make no sense. So that means I'm not gonna be able to watch the book. I can still plug that in. That's what that slot was for. Man. And
Wow.
He made it.
Wow. That's crazy. he was just recently somewhere with him, from what he say from the film that he showed, that
You know
he's
you're wrong
chilling
for
in
this.
that
You know
room
you're
with
wrong
him,
for this. I ain't
and
gonna
someone
say
else banging a song out with him.
that. Okay.
They coming now. Long live the X.
All right, y'all. I hooked up the 5.1 sound card. So hold on. Let me go in. Playback devices. So what are we on? You're gonna take your time. Of course he is.
Damn it. Unbelievable.
Properties, levels. Effects. Events. Oh.
Can you share your thoughts on his passing?
Peter dictate this computer. He prefers it to typing, particularly prefers it to pen and paper. Peter dictate this computer. He prefers it to typing, particularly prefers it to pen and paper. All right. Levels. All right. Effects. All right.
I remember the snowball. I know that dog. That's boom. That's dog, man. That's boom. That's snowball.
All right, y'all. Did that sound better? See, I had to do something that I didn't want to do, but sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do. See, we have the technology. Sometimes you don't want to apply it all the time, but all right now. I'm gonna put the I got the disc right there. I'm gonna have to run it through again for the I got the 5.1 sound card hooked up. I'm gonna have to run the disc through that again. But right now it's working, so unless y'all want me to start over and run the disc. Yeah, yeah. Y'all want me to start over and run the disc? I'm trying to understand, what are these people coming up to this memorial for? Where were they at when the man was still alive? Where were they at when the man was fighting his desire to get high? Where were you at? But the man did. Now you want to come, hey, I love you. Hey, we're going to miss you. What good is that? The man is gone. The man doesn't know what you're doing right now. But you know that, but you're doing it because you want to show off. You want to say you were there. You want the video camera to be on you. It ain't got nothing to do with DMX. It's about people. Their selfish desires. You need to be seen and to be part of something. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Some people don't care about DMX. Look at them. They putting their name there so they can be remembered for being there. It ain't got nothing to do with the man DMX. They want everybody to know that they was there. That's my problem. Nia says the average person cannot follow a man around during life. They're paying respect. They paying respects to who? The man gone. Who you paying respects to? He don't know what you're doing. He's gone. How do you know if you gone what's happening on the earth? You don't know. Let me show something real quick. Let's pause this and we'll come right back. I want y'all to hey, come on, man. I want y'all to listen to this part real quick. It's called The Rich Man and Lazarus. There was once a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day. At his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus, covered with sores and longing to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores. The time came when the beggar died, and the angels carried him to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried in Hades, where he was in torment. Baby hell. He looked up and saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side. So he called to him, Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire. But Abraham replied, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here, and you are in agony. And besides, all this between us and you is a great chasm that has been set in place. So those that want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us. Once again, instead of the rich man going by the business, he had to keep going. He answered, Then I beg you, Father, talking to Abraham, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so they will not also come to this place of torment. So if he could see what his brothers were doing, why is he asking Abraham to send Lazarus? Because he don't know what's going on the earth. He said, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so they will not also come to this place of torment. Well, why can't he warn them? Because he can't see what's going on earth. He don't know what's going on. All he knows is that he on fire and in pain. Abraham replied, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them. The rich man responds, no, Father Abraham, he said, but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent. And Abraham said to them, if they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead. What was my purpose in reading that, some of you might ask? My purpose is, as I keep telling you, the funeral is for the people left behind. It's not for the people, because they don't know. They don't know what you're doing. They're gone. If this man knew and he wanted to warn his 5 brothers, why he didn't go warn them? Why is he begging Abraham to send the bum, a bum that he wouldn't even touch? But he's begging the bum to give him a drop of water off his thumb. He sat there and watched Doug lick on that man's sores, and he gonna take a drop of water from his tongue. That shows you the agony that's going on in Hades right now. That shows you what's going on. Jesus is telling you, if you don't come to me, this is your fate. And if DMX has not come to Jesus, that's his fate. That's what he's doing right now. Not only is he wishing he had some drugs, he wishing he can get some water. See, I tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and try to make you feel good. The fact of the matter is, are you going to listen and learn, or are you going to repeat the same mistakes and wind up down now begging for a drop of water off a nasty bum thumb, wishing somebody would spit on you, wishing you could swallow somebody's spit to be cool for a second? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Then keep doing what you're doing. You said he was a man of God and Jesus. I've been to many churches that said the same thing. I'm a God and Jesus. And when I start grilling them, they get mad. Well, why they get mad? Because they know they're full of crap. I don't know the man personally, but I can tell you, he didn't love Jesus enough, didn't believe in Jesus enough not to keep taking dope. We can know that by behavior. So why do you think that Jesus and God want this dope fiend up there with them? But I'll wait. Why? Because he can rap? You think Jesus and God want to hear him rap? Well, let him on up. He wasn't rapping about us. But let him on up. He wasn't directing people to come to us because nobody will buy his record. Nia just said he died from the vaccine. Really? Why ain't I dead then? I got the vaccine. Nia said he a son, a father, a deacon, and a lifetime drug addict. Don't leave that off. See, why is it when you talk about the dead, you try to forget? Hey, man, didn't your son get killed? Yeah. He was dealing them drugs by the time you caught up to him, didn't he? No, he was saving money up. He was going to be a dancer. Or he was going to be a comedian. Or he was going to be a rapper. You know, he made everybody laugh. And he was only out there dealing just so he could save enough money to go to Hollywood. Don't call him no drug dealer. Well, ma'am, he sold poison to his own people. Yeah, but he was trying to make something of himself by destroying his own people. Why are you saying like that? You make it sound like it's something bad. It is something bad. He should have got shot a long time ago. What do you mean? He's selling poison to his people. Why should he be allowed to walk the face of the earth? Well, you know, if them people wasn't taking it, then he wouldn't have nothing to sell. And if he wasn't selling it to them, they wouldn't be able to buy it, would they? Would they? It would be harder for them to buy it. But because there are so many people willing to sell it, that they enable them to keep getting it. Look at all the money that Rush Limbaugh had. Rush Limbaugh was buying Percocets, using his money, and he had them all over the place. He had prescriptions and doctors all over the place. See, money can let you be an addict longer. But the problem with money is money lets you be excessive. I remember when I was watching him and you used to be able to see him. Then you couldn't see him. Then I remember he was talking to some kind of machine. Like what? Anything to keep making money so he could keep buying them drugs. It's not a black or white thing, a Chinese or Indian thing. It's a fact of the matter. People need help. And when you have money, that's more resources for you to get help, or that money can keep letting people enable you to keep doing what you're doing. Hey, man, you know you had enough of that. Hey, here's $500. Why don't you go buy yourself something? Oh, okay. And they keep right on getting high. You come back and you say, hey, you still sitting there getting high? Come on, man. Hey, here's 500 more. Okay, well, see ya. Sometimes money ain't a good thing. Nia says it can happen to anyone. Addictions have no boundaries. Well, you know somebody's going to say that he was losing that lifelong battle. Somebody's going to say he's been losing that lifelong battle. Somebody's going to say it. And that he's at rest. No, he ain't. Because if he down there in baby hell, like we just found out, he's not at rest. See, I tell you the truth, and I know it hurts. Y'all say that I'm mean. No, I'm not. I just tell you the truth. If you want somebody to pat you on the back and lie to you, I'm the wrong person. Anytime I try to do something, I expect it to go wrong. I'm surprised when something don't go wrong. But I don't make no excuses. Just like we just had the audio issue. I didn't make an excuse. You saw me bust my butt to fix it. And I'm still not done. When I get off of here, I got to put this CD in. See if I can show it to y'all real quick. Because I was using it before when I took it off. See this? I got to put this. Wait a minute. Is that it? Or is that for the, we got to do both of them. Oh, it's already in it. Okay, cool. So I might have to put this in for the Bluetooth. But the disc is already in. All I gotta do is just rerun the disc. I wish I would have known that. I would have done that before I started the show back up. I wish I would have known that. And it would have reinstalled the audio driver. And so we're doing it. Nia said, comparing an audio. I gave you an example, Nia. But the fact of the matter is, some people will hit rock bottom. Some people will never hit rock bottom. Those are the ones that OD. An alcoholic will hit rock bottom, or they will OD. A chain smoker will hit rock bottom, or they will OD. A heroin addict will hit rock bottom, or they will OD. A crack addict will hit rock bottom, or they will OD. Somebody on LSD will hit rock bottom, or they're going to OD. What's your rock bottom? Everybody got a different rock bottom. Me falling out in the middle of the street from cigarettes. As soon as I got out the hospital, I smoked me a cigarette. Me going in the hospital again still did not stop me. Me getting pneumonia and almost dying because they couldn't get it out my lung. Because I was smoking cigarettes when I'm supposed to, and I sat there and left my lungs wide open. That pneumonia tore me up. I told you, it wasn't until I saw them two old ladies. You can get mad at me all you want. I saw them two, I had to take, and this is how I know it was an intervention. Because I got two ladies with big oxygen tanks. Oxygen tanks bigger than they is. Not them little one you see somebody. I'm talking about this tall, this wide. What the heck somebody needs to carry around a tank that big for? And it was on wheels. And I guess they like take it on a car and they wheel it around. I said I couldn't imagine having to drag that thing around. And they both had to go up flights of steps. And there was nobody there to help them. So I had to sit there and drag that thing. I dragged it up 2 flights of stairs. And while I was doing it, I said, damn, the cigarettes took my damn wind. And I got back in the car and got another call, and it was to go right back to the same facility and pick up another lady with an even bigger oxygen tank. And instead of 2 flights of stairs, she had 3. Not counting the 2 sets to get to the dad inside the door. I said, God darn. And I tried to imagine. Imagine trying to have sex with all them damn wires around you. How you don't get tangled up? Imagine you sleep, you had to go to the bathroom real bad, and you wake up and you entangled in all them wires. and you got to drag that thing to the daggone bathroom with you. I said, oh, hell no. There's no way. Suppose you got into a fight. How could you help somebody in a fight? All somebody got to do is tie you up by the wires to a tree. You can't do nothing. They're like, I mean, I said, oh, heck no. That was my rock bottom. Everybody rock bottom is different. Everybody have a different rock bottom. That was my rock bottom. I couldn't imagine being chained, because that's what you are. You're chained to that oxygen machine. And I kept thinking as I was walking down them steps, every time I go in the doctor's office or I go to the hospital, the first thing they ask me is you on oxygen? You know what? They don't ask me that no more. I haven't been asked that in 4 years. Why? Because I stopped smoking. I haven't been asked that in 4 years. Are you on oxygen? You want us to put you on? No, I want oxygen. What's worse, having an oxygen tank or being in a wheelchair? You're a martial artist. The worst thing. Take my daggone legs. I could. How you gonna kick somebody with no legs? But how you gonna kick somebody you ain't got no lungs? How you gonna get the air? You already got a weak heart. You need much air as you can get. You got to stop. As much as you enjoy it, you got to stop. And they put me on the patch, and the patch wouldn't stay on. Now, when I was in the hospital and I was laying in the bed, the patch didn't fall off. But out in real life, the patch won't stay on. It's real life. The patch won't stay on. As soon as I put it on, it's gone. Where it go? I don't know. It's gone. Well, give me another one. You put it on there, you look back an hour later, it's gone. You try and tape it up, try and put it under your shirt, try and put it under your armpit, you turn, it's gone. For some reason, my skin won't let that stick. Even when you get the glue, you seen that white glue they use and the glue that the runners use and the wrestlers use, that stuff washed right off of me. So I said, well, the patch ain't working. Because I remember if I was in the hospital and they wouldn't give you the gum, at least you could get the patch. And like I said, you just dealt with the patch, you know. At least you know you had something. That's how I knew that I wasn't addicted so much to the cigarettes. Because other people's cigarette smoke bothered me. When other people smoked, it bothered me. That cigarette smoke would bother me. Well, why? Because my lungs were breaking down. And so I realized I'm not addicted to the smoke. I'm addicted to the act of doing something. We got to find something to take its place. So I started to get, I talked about that in the earlier show. They say it's over 1,000 different chemicals in cigarettes. 1,000. All kinds of stuff. THC, formaldehyde. Nicotine is just one of the things in it. Somebody made the comment, well, somebody made the comment that, you know, you are still taking, even though it's only a little bit, and it's not none of the tobacco plant that got all the chemicals in it, you still taking a little bit of the nicotine. Okay, but what about the other 900 and the 9,900 carcinogens that's in the cigarette? Me inhaling all of that is what was killing me. Me inhaling all of that is what was killing me. The tobacco batches will not kill me. The gum will not kill me unless somebody can make up 7,900 kilogram. But how would you get that in your mouth? Somebody could come up with something and fit it in, and that's the only way. But like I told you earlier, you got to deal with the other parts of the addiction. The chemical is just one thing. You still got the issue of people still having something to do with their hand. See, the cigarettes in the hand, and hey, how you doing? You know, hey, you know, no, yeah. You still got this. This ain't going nowhere. And it's both hands. It ain't going nowhere. You got to deal with that. Like I say, a Rubik's Cube, a handful of nuts to play with, some little army men, something to keep your hand busy. Because it's not just the physical chemical, you got also the physical body. Your body is used to doing stuff. And so now you don't have nothing, and you get bored. And then whatever you're trying to cover up, it comes back. So now you're running. You don't want to face these feelings. You don't want to deal with these memories. So now you want to go back to something that you can focus on. And that's why they say a lot of the times people that smoke weed, it just lead them down the corridor to try something stronger. That's why I'm telling you, if you Nia says that you don't have, you said I'm still addicted. But you see me not have them. I'm a little angrier, but I'm still alive. I know that I can go without them. I know it because I've done it. There have been days I have been months without them. There have been times I ain't had the money for them. You ain't got the money for them. That's not what you call a real addiction. A real addiction is you out there breaking in people's houses, strong robbing people, swindling to get that product. That's when you bad. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I didn't have it. And I had asked for some help and nobody came. And then finally, No Night by Cass, who I've been trying to get off the cigarettes for years, she said, here, take this and go to the store. And we went to the store. And I didn't check the PayPal. I thought she had only gave me $10. That's what I asked for. She actually had gave me $15. So later on, I was able to go to the store after I used those up. I was able to go back to the store and get 3 more. You know? I didn't say I wasn't addicted, Naya, but you're trying to dance around the fact that what I said. There's something called a functioning alcoholic, and then there's an alcoholic that's out there on the corner. There's a difference. There are a lot of people. Some people are addicted to caffeine. They can't start their day without their coffee. Doctors will tell you, you shouldn't have no caffeine. But there are some people that can't get going without the caffeine. They dragging. You got the coffee ready yet? As soon as they get that coffee in them, they spring up. Some people are addicted to chocolate. But is the addiction putting your life in danger? Is the addiction putting you in immediate trouble? Somewhere right now, there's a junkie sitting in an abandoned house somewhere or under a bridge. They got the spoon. And they got this powder from a guy on the street who could have put piss in it. Could have put daggone what do you call it? Baby laxative in it. Could have put rat poison in it. And they sitting there putting it in a spoon and stirring it and going, yeah, this gonna be good. And then they put it in the syringe and then they sit there and inject it in themselves. And they sit there and they wait till they feel something. There are some people that don't even have any veins. They got to put it in their butt because they ain't used all the veins in their legs and arms up. How do you keep going after that? The point you got to stick something in your butt. I remember I was at the center. There was a man that said he had to do his balls. That's just sick. That's just sick. That's just sick. Nia says the fact that you solicited help. Nia, did I go out there and rob anybody? Did I go out there and steal anything? You putting apples with oranges and you losing, baby, on this argument. Because, see, you can't put that in there. Because the fact of the matter is, I could do without it. I really could do without it. But you're saying things I seen on TV. I used to volunteer at these places. How you going to tell me when I used to volunteer there? I used to volunteer at these places. I'm telling you what I seen. Were you watching stuff on TV? I'm telling you what I've seen. I went 3 days without it. I didn't kill myself. I actually went 3 days without it. I didn't kill myself. I didn't go out there and rob no bank. I didn't live stream much. But it didn't kill me. You say how many put there because you go there or go to jail? Nia says volunteering is not an in-depth look into addictions. She's worked in the field for close to 14 years. Well, I know I've kept many a person from escaping out that daggone door. I know I've sat there and cried with people, trying to convince them you don't need that stuff. I know I've done it. I know I've been pushed to the floor many times. I've been slung down to the ground with somebody in a desperate need to go get something they desire so bad. They don't care about the mother. They don't care about the brother. They don't care about the children. All they want to do is go find the dope man and get that daggone fix. And I sure hope, that those children that are probably about 14 or 15, they don't know that they might not have a disability. Because of me. I don't expect. You say judging and making disparaging marks doesn't help anyone. Babying them and pushing and giving them a pat on the back does even worse. Acting like you don't see it and ignoring it is even worse. But I see people doing it every day. You know what's wrong and you still sit there and act like you don't see it. Stop making excuses. The man had money, power. The man had respect. The man had everything that you supposed to have to be set up to be successful. And he couldn't overcome that one thing. We just want to act like we don't see something. We see it. She was a codependent to what, Nia? She was a codependent to what? If she didn't come through, because nobody else did, my money would have came 4 or 5 days later, and I still would have got them. I just would have had to wait. But I'm not going out there to rob nobody. I'm not going out there to break in somebody's house to get that drug. You said that she enabled me. We're talking about a pouch that contains 4 milligrams of nicotine, 4 grams. A cigarette has a lot more than 4 grams. But you were right. You said you take one drug for a week of drug. The cigarette got 1,000 different drugs in it. This ain't nothing but 4 milligrams of nicotine. And it's a fruit flavor. It's called mango. So it's mixed in with mango. But they squeezed out some nicotine from the plant. See, smoking the plant is what gives you the 1,000 different chemicals that ravage your body. But in this form, the majority of this is nothing but filler, crystals. But it's 4 milligrams of nicotine in this pouch. That's it. There ain't no carbon monoxide, ain't no formaldehyde and all that other crap in there. That's the stuff that's killing people. The nicotine might make you crave it. But the nicotine is not what's killing you. It's actually tar in cigarettes. The tar that you see riding on the street, that black tar, is in the cigarettes. And you smoking it in your lungs. The tar that you walk on every day, people are smoking it into their lungs. Now you say, I traded. One, see, Naya, this is the reason why it's idiots out there propping up DMX, who ain't nothing but a damn junkie. That's the reason. Because deep down, you know it's somebody in your family that's a goddamn junkie. And you're not thinking about DMX. You're thinking about the family member or the friend you know that's a junkie. The fact of the matter is that man had everything and still couldn't beat this issue. Cigarettes and had me laid out, passed out in the middle of the street. You don't see me laid out, passed out in the middle of the street. So obviously I've done better. But we got a man that just spent a week in the hospital and now he's dead over a powder. And you're going to tell me because of these little crystals in here, this powder is the same as the powder that got that man in the hospital. They said that man was addicted to crack 20 years ago. So with all that money, he still couldn't get himself together. But I ain't got no money. But I made an adjustment. I made an adjustment. Yeah. I still like to enjoy. But I've been 5 years without a cigarette. 5. And you can come look. Come ask everybody. They sell loose cigarettes down the store right here. Ask. Have I been going down there buying cigarettes? You know how far my bike can go. You can go to every store 5 miles in every direction. You ask them, this guy been in here? No, nobody look like me. It ain't hard. Go ask. Go by behavior. You got a man who, in the clip I played earlier, somebody said that somebody offered him weed with something mixed in it when he was a child. When I was a child, I knew about weed. I knew about cocaine. We didn't have crack then. I knew about heroin. I knew about LSD. I knew about opiates. We learned that in health class. That was being taught back then. We knew. Junkies were looked down on. People that smoke weed were looked down on. But look today. Weed is almost legal now. Because we're getting further and further from God. I was told in 1978, Edgewood Elementary School. Look it up. Edgewood Elementary, right next to Walbrook. I don't know why you got an elementary school next to a high school. I don't understand that. Why you got these little kids coming, these big kids coming out. Never understood that. But we learned in health class the difference between the drugs. And as a little kid, I got slapped in my mouth. I got hit in the back of my head for telling them, hey, why you doing that? You know that's bad for you. Shut up. Who are you, little kid? Tell me what to do. People want to hear what they want to hear. Mud Duck Farmer, there's nothing wrong with smoking a little bit of weed. If you get off your job and you go home and make sure your kid's doing your homework and you make sure your wife is okay, you can go kick back and smoke you a joint. I don't have no problem with that. But when every minute you got a joint in your damn hand, when you can't even go to the store or go somewhere without having a daggone, hey, that's when it's a problem. Do you understand? The reason why I like the gum or the pouch is that I can have one in my mouth and not bother nobody else. And nobody even know I have it. But if you're a cigarette smoker, hey, you mind if I smoke a cigarette? Yeah, I mind. I don't want to smell that stuff. You're a weed smoker. Hey, you mind if I lit up a joint? It's going to be all in my clothes and all in my furniture. No, man, you can't do that here. But you can pop in a nicotine gum, or you can pop in a lounging, or you can pop in a pouch. And nobody even notice. That is the difference. But you say it's not a difference. Weed is a gateway drug. But some people can smoke it. Some people can smoke a dime bag of weed and be good. Some people got to have 2 dime bags. Some got to have 3 bags. Some got to have the Reggie. Some people can make a weed brownie and you don't hear a peep out of them all night. Some people can sit there and eat 20 of them back to back and going around. Fact of the matter is, people like the feeling of being high. And the one time that I did get high, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Some people like it. I'm a Leo. If you believe in astrology, Leos are born leaders. We need to be in control. How you in control? You're not in control. You can't in control what your body doing. Mother Farmer says now that it's legal, you don't have to go to drug dealer that want to sell you something stronger. Well, that's a good thing. But I'm sure Nia can attest to this. I've been around people that have told me that they had some good stuff today, but it's not like the stuff that we had. The stuff we get today is trash. The stuff that we had back used to get us so high. So I asked one of the counselors, I said, have y'all ever measured any of the stuff that they be having on them? And they said, yeah. I said, is it any different? He said, no. I said, it's not different. He said, nope, same thing. Somebody might mix it with something different, but it's the same thing. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why does every old junkie keep talking about how good it used to be? And I told y'all this before. The first time you do something, it's wonderful. It's great. It's something you never felt before. It's something brand new. See, that's why they always try to give you the first one for free. They'll give you the first 1 or 2 for free because they know you're going to like that feeling. Because when you take that first hit, you take that second hit. Oh, my God. It's the greatest thing in the world. But there's something that your body does. And everybody can attest to this. Your body builds up a tolerance. Your body builds up a tolerance. When you go for that third or fourth time, it don't feel as good. So guess what? You got to go back again. This must not have been no good. You go back. No, your body is building a tolerance up. That's why an alcoholic, I had an aunt, she could be spitting drunk. Boy, she could drive her butt off. Stumble out the car, but she could drive her butt off. She's only had 3 accidents in her lifetime. Gets drunk every night. Still get up and go to work. Come home and drink all night. If she can afford some weed, she'll smoke some weed too. And she'll borrow my grandmother's car and she'll go out there. She's only had 3 accidents in like 30-something years. That's functional. She's functioning. Still to take care of her daughter. She's functioning. That's a functional addict. Functional addicts. Okay. But if she was going out there killing people, was going out there selling her body, selling her children, stealing, breaking in people's houses, robbing banks, that's when it's an issue. You rather they didn't do it at all, but at least they coping, they handling their business. But when you get to the point where you can't even function, and see, people with money, they can hide it because they got money. When you don't have money, you can't hide it. Well, why you ain't go to work today? How you gonna pay the rent? You ain't going to work. You rich? Don't nobody care. I didn't say it was godly, but I used that as I even said, for those who believe in it, because I don't believe in that astrology crap. I don't believe in it. But I just gave you an example. I'm trying to get technical now. You said they have different versions at the store. You can buy whatever you want. You said that's why you don't smoke the same variety. Choose a different strain each time. Well, I can tell you, and other people can attest to this. The on 8 milligram. 8 milligrams is too much. It turns your stomach. But we went to the pharmacy one time and all they had was 8. So I got the 8. It kept turning my stomach. So I learned how you can put one in your mouth for a little bit and then take it out. And then maybe 2 hours later, go back and finish it, right? That's what I learned, right? So I went back the next time, they had the 4s. So I got the 4s. And my stomach didn't turn. But I noticed I was going through the 4s faster. Are you with me? I said, but you know what? We not going to go run back down there and get the 8. We going to make do with what we got. We going to roll with the 4. And I only get the 8 if I have to. See, that's called controlling. But see, if you get used to the 8, guess what? Now you're going to need more. You don't want your body to build a tolerance. Sometimes I'll get the 2 and come down to 2 milligrams. Why do I do that? I don't want my body to get a tolerance. Because once you get a tolerance, you need more, and you need more, and you need more. And this is why you OD when you're doing heroin and drugs like that, because you get used to You know, yeah, I feel something, but it's just not, because your body ain't got used to it. But you want that feeling that you had the first time you took it. It's the same thing with cigarettes. Ask somebody who ain't had a cigarette in a while. They get a cigarette, man, that cigarette is so good. And they go buy a pack. And then 2 or 3 packs later, they're like, and then they go here and then they find themselves, but they were smoking 1 an hour. Now they smoking 1 every hour and a half. Then they found themselves smoking 1 every 2 hours. 3 in an hour. Then 4 in an hour. Instead of them being a pack a day for 3 days, a pack will last them for 3 days. Now a pack don't even last them for 5 hours because the tolerance is getting built up. The tolerance is keep getting built up. And you see people, well, I'm going to try these, and then I'm going to try those, and I'm going to try these because I'm going to try the longs, then I'm going to try the short ones, because the longer ones are better because, you get more in there and, hey, people, you doing all of that? Pick something and stick to it. If you're going to drink, come home from work, take you a sip, take you a glass, and be done with it. When you wake up in the morning, take you a sip and be done with it. But no, you gotta, well, let me sneak in here, and they got the little steel container they got in their coat pocket, and then put it back and put it back. And when you sneaking, that's how you know you're wrong. If you get to the point, as somebody said earlier about gluttony is when you have to sneak. If everybody tell you eat too much and you start hiding food under the bed, you start hiding stuff, that's when you know you got an addiction, a bad one. It's not one thing to be addicted to something, but the addiction really should mean that it's taking over your life. It's taking over your life. Cigarette smoke took over my life. Long as I had a cigarette, I felt like I could do anything. But that came to a point where your body just didn't want it anymore. You be like, damn. Try to smoke a cigarette, my body saying no. See, that's when you're going to go for something stronger. That's when the weed going to come in. As you move, the cigarette ain't doing it for you no more. Now you're going to move to the weed. After a while, this weed that I'm buying, it just ain't doing it no more. And then you start looking for something stronger. That's why I say gateway. Because actually, cigarettes can be a gateway. Because you get to the point where you're not getting that feeling out the cigarette. Somebody say, why don't you try some weed? You'll start smoking weed. And you say, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Then after a while, the weed ain't doing it. But why don't you mix in some heroin or something with it? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Do you see that's how you get an addiction? But can you control the addiction or the addiction control you? If I can't get no gum, if I can't get no patches, then I go get some chewing gum or something till I can afford to get it. Because see, NNC did come through for me. But I was going to go to the market instead of the pharmacy. I still had plenty of food stipend money. I could have went and got some gum and some gummy bears, some sunflower seeds, and could have got me some dots, some spice drops, and I would have made it until I got my money. Y'all have been sitting there, well, why is he sitting here eating these spice drops? But it's not so much the nicotine, Nia. You keep trying to focus on the nicotine because you know that's the only thing that's in this pouch. So hold on a sec. Let's oops. Hey, it popped right up. Man. Whoa. 7,000 chemicals. Fact, there are more than 7,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke. More than 70 of those chemicals are linked to cancer. Whoa. Do they list them? I'll read them all. Chemicals in every tobacco plant. It is the fact that cigarettes contain dangerous chemicals, but how do those chemicals get into cigarettes? Are most of the harmful chemicals added during the manufacturing process? Fact, some of the toxic chemicals in tobacco are present in the plant itself. Okay, so harmful chemicals are in a tobacco plant. What happens during manufacturing? Is that when more dangerous chemicals are added? Fact. Not all of the harmful chemicals created during cigarette manufacture are man-made. Some of the carcinogens occur naturally as tobacco is cured. Chemicals in every puff of cigarette smoke. How many harmful and potentially harmful chemicals are in a cigarette? Is there more than nicotine and tar? Fact. There are more than 7,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke. More than 70 of those chemicals are linked to cancer. They say watch the video. Is there a video? Oh, it's a YouTube video. Hope we don't get flagged. Let's take a look though.
So what's in a cigarette?
I need to turn that air down. I was drying my throat out. Right.
Tobacco itself already contains highly addictive nicotine. Tobacco-specific nitrosamines, or TSNAs, which cause cancer of the lungs and esophagus, and other toxic chemicals. But the last step that creates even more toxic chemicals, lighting up.
Yep.
Burning the cigarette creates dangerous new chemicals that weren't present in the growing and manufacturing stages. If you smoke, or if you're exposed to secondhand smoke, you inhale carbon monoxide, which can lead to heart damage. 1,3-butadiene, which affects the reproductive system. Acrolein, which can cause irreversible lung damage. Benzene, which may decrease fertility. More than 70 cancer-causing chemicals, and many others. These chemicals are found in every puff of cigarette smoke, and they're known to cause disastrous health effects, such as lung disease, heart disease, and a laundry list of cancers. And to think, it all started here.
Experience matters.
Now, 7,000 chemicals. 7,000. But the majority of them are activated when you light it and burn it. Y'all know when y'all burn something, you know it smells terrible. Now, somebody can come in here and go and say something stupid. And of course they did. You can die from water addiction. Okay. So if you drink water responsibly, how can you die? You will have to be extreme because you said it yourself. Take it to the extreme. Well, that's taking it to the extreme. This is the kind of addiction we talking about. Taking it to the extreme. But just think about that for a second. Every time you put a cigarette to your lips and you light it, you unleash 7,000 chemicals and you inhale them into your body. How's that going to come out well? Now, if you could smoke cigarettes and you could smoke 1 pack a day for your whole life, you might not be affected. How many people you know can smoke 1 pack a day? We did a story on 100-something-year-old man. He said that he still smokes. He didn't say he smoked more than a pack a day. I guarantee you that. Because some people can smoke a cigarette and not want one for 2 or 3 hours. Some people are lighting up a cigarette as soon as they put one out. Somebody talk to me, I'll listen. I know when I learned this from playing the video game with my cousin. Because he was smoking before I was. And we would play the video game. And he would put a cigarette in the ashtray and it would just burn. He might take 2 puffs off of it. And then he light up another one. I'm looking at him like, why don't you smoke your cigarette? You want to pause the game? No, let's keep going. And he would take 2 puffs off of it. And it'd be gone. Then we had another friend who kept pausing the game to go, all right, come on. All right, come on. I used to sit and look like, what the hell? And then 3 years later, I was that person. Pause the game. All right, come on. Do you understand? I was that person 3 years later. All right, fake minister, you out of here. I gave you a shot. I let you come in here. I mean, we know who you are. We know who you are. So have a nice one. We know who you are. So have a good life. You still won't leave us alone, uh-huh? Yeah. We know who you are. That's why I let you type, just so I could be sure. We know who you are. No. Don't get mad because I own your name now. Don't get mad. You can get mad all you want. Don't get mad because I own your name. Somebody that made a cartoon character, a minister, a video game character, a minister. They're trying to tell me something. Yeah, whatever. What are you drinking tonight? Nia says the point, no addiction is better or worse than another. I disagree with you, Nia, because somebody that's addicted to caffeine and gotta have that coffee first thing in the morning, they can still do what they gotta do. There are some people that got to have for their breakfast and lunch and dinner. They got their head cheesecake. If they can eat a slice of cheesecake in the morning and go to work, and on lunch break, eat a slice of cheesecake, and then come home and eat a whole cheesecake, and then get up and do it again, that's somebody that's functioning. Somebody that can't do nothing but eat the cheesecake all day, they got a problem. The only thing on their mind is, where could I get some more cheesecake from? That's a problem. There's a difference. And you got to learn how to decipher the difference, where something is manageable and where something ain't. Because I know some people who would never, ever use a credit card. They would never use a credit card. I'm talking back in the day. I ain't no credit card. But I came across somebody who said, you know what? I use credit card. I said, you know, all they do is just try and get you in debt. He says, no, I use them. I use them in my business. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, when you get a credit card, you don't pay it right away, but you pay it quickly. I said, what you mean? Well, some people let it build up. You don't do that. You don't pay it off directly. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't help your credit. Because a lot of people just pay the bill every month and get it out of the way. That don't build your credit. You got to let a little debt pile up and then knock it off. And he was saying, what you do is they'll give you more credit when they see you paying it off. When you pay it off every month, they don't know how you're going to do. You got to let it build up a little bit, then knock it out. Then the credit card say, hey, this person pay. They're going to offer you more. And he said, whenever I need to get a car or I need to do something, I got that credit there so that I can go get it with no problem. Because I got a history of paying it back. I use it to my advantage. Now, some other person could sit there and hear that and go, yeah, I'm going to do that too. And they sit there and don't pay it off. And then they sit there and owe $4,000 or $5,000. And then when they want to go buy a car, you carrying all this debt, man. I can't get you no car. I can't get you no house. I got a debt you carry. You carrying $6,000 in debt. It's how you manage it. How you manage it. That's not making an excuse. But paying for it in cash don't get you no credit. Mud Duck Farmer, say you needed a tractor for your farm. I'm assuming you got one. Say you need a tractor for your farm and the crop season is coming. You go check your money, you ain't got enough money. But suppose you had a credit card and you were buying things and you were paying them off. And your limit was going up. Now you need a tractor and you ain't got no money to buy it. But you got the money in your credit limit. So you can go take the card, get the tractor, do the crops, get the money for them, and then go back and pay the card back down. Why is that bad? I'm just asking, why is that bad? I'm just saying to you, why is that a bad thing? Now, if you abuse it, that's when it's a problem. The same thing we're talking about with drugs. When you abuse it, that's when it's a problem. When you abuse alcohol, that's when it's a problem. When you abuse heroin. Mother says, I sell my car and keep beat up truck to fix tractor. Well, that's what you had to do. That's another way. But you can't say that what I said was wrong. It made sense. Oh my God, y'all. It's 11:58. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. It's about 12 o'clock. I promised my neighbors I would stop at 12 o'clock, and it's 11:58. So already, y'all. Thank y'all for spending the day with me. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too, but I'm hoping that it stops so I can go out for a ride. So you said semantics, abuse, addiction, the pathology remains the same. But I still say I would rather have a functioning addict working next to me than one that's out of control. You know. But it's been a pleasure talking to y'all. Thanks for coming back and hanging out with us, Mud Duck. Thanks, Nia. No Name by Cash popped in earlier somewhere. And if Liz or Snazzy came by, thank y'all. Between all the shows I did today, I will see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, not only am I ordained under my name, Brother Derek is also ordained as a minister. Cleric Brother Derek is also ordained as a minister. And Minister Shannon Lee Daniels is also under my name. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Peace, everybody. We out.